What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the 6 Round Podcast, episode 41. And we got some more fights to talk about. Noche UFC review this past weekend. That's the only real thing going on. We had some KSW, some Octagon LFA.
We kind of had some Octagon.
We watched some fights. Andreas Michailidis, got a first round knockout, former UFC guy. Let's go. Good for him. But yeah, we ain't here to talk about that shit. Nobody cares about that shit. It's UFC time. Noche UFC.
Yeah.
Their card for Mexico Independence Day.
It was wacky.
Yeah. So
a little bit.
I mean, to just start it off with the first bit of wackiness of that, out of all of the Mexican representing fighters on that card, the overall record was 4 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 1 no contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a night for Mexican MMA.
They ran the gambit. The only thing they didn't have was a loss or win via disqualification.
Yep.
Very true.
Sad.
But we start where we always start, the main event, where the card was built around. Motherfucking Alexa Grasso. She's back. Ends up defending her belt, technically, against Valentina with a split draw.
Technically. Split draw.
This was a good-ass fight. It was a close-ass fight. I had Alexa winning that 2, 4, and 5. One of the judges also had Alexa winning that 2, 4, and 5. The other judge had Valentina winning 1, 3, and 4.
Yep.
And fucking Mike Bell with a 10-8 fifth round for Alexa that gave them the 47-47.
Yep.
It just sucks because, Alexa, I think, could have won that. If it went either way, I wouldn't have been mad. And I'm happy that she was able to defend the belt, but it just sucks that it was like this because she definitely could have just got that win.
Yeah.
And had, a real title defense under her belt,
Not yet. Yeah. It was really, like you said, it was a really good fight. Valentina, as soon as the fight came out, the fight started, she came out, you could tell all the adjustments she made. The jab of Alexa Grasso, she was able to land a bunch of good, nice 1-2s like she normally does, but it was nowhere near as effective as it was throughout the first fight. Valentina's own jab was working much better for her throughout that fight. Ends up winning the first round easily, flips the script on the first one where Alexa Grasso got that easily. And then round 2, Alexa did amazing. Was able to come out. I want to get the
that was the round that got the knockdown, right?
Yeah.
So
she was not credited. Oh, she was credited a knockdown.
Yeah, they did credit her with the knockdown in round 2. Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I think that she should have gotten it, but they usually don't give people the knockdown when the opponent gets right back up.
I need them to. I really need to find where we can find the actual verbiage for it.
I tried looking that shit up so many times.
We all have. But yeah, that was that right hand just caught Valentina right at the end of fucking Grasso's reach. Just fell right back, does a fucking roll backwards to get back up. Ends up with 3 minutes of control time in that round for Valentina off of the takedown, but it just wasn't close to near as effective,
She didn't do anything with it. She got the takedown, but honestly, Grasso was landing better shots from the bottom than Valentina was from the top. Valentina got that takedown, but Alexa was doing way more from the bottom, so I just think it was easy her round.
Yeah, and then with just also the new with the rules getting updated and then just kind of being a bit more specific about some of the grappling stuff, it's especially guard or whatever, top and bottom position, that doesn't just because you're top position, that doesn't mean you're winning the fight, you know what I mean? It's MMA, you can win the fight from no matter where. So easy second round for Grasso. And then round 3, all Valentina's, gets the takedown, again has 3+ minutes of control time. That was the one
mounted guillotine.
She got that, bro.
I saw that. I'm like, oh, we're gonna be hearing a new, aren't we?
Yep. I was so scared. That shit was so fucking tight. Way for Grasso to just keep fighting the hands and
stayed patient through it, fought the hands, got herself out of that because it was tight. But you just seen at one point with the angle and her Valentina's shoulder came up a little bit higher. I was like, oh, Alexa's good. She just got to work her out of this.
Just slowly slip the head out. Round 4, that is obviously the swing round of the fight. At the end of it, was leaning towards Grasso, but it, like you said, if however you had that, like, I wouldn't be mad at it. You know, like, that's where Valentina landed that nice elbow on the clinch break. Ended up cutting Grasso, which, like, you know, it started to, like, bleed, like, a little, like, pretty good towards the end of the round.
Mm-hmm.
And then Grasso did, she did have that little barrage of knees, from, like, kind of, like, you know, a little headlock position or whatever, and, like, Valentina was defending.
Which I know Valentina thought they were controversial, but I love that shit because it's like, I don't know, you see so many people even just put like the very tip of their finger down so that they don't get knee, and it's like, bro, you're not grounded. You were doing that so you're not taking a shot, and it's like.
So with Nevada, actually, they're one of the states where you need both hands on the ground. So even with the one,
because I was gonna say with the rules, like I know it changes, but either way, even with it, with a lot of the shots, Alexa was kind of pulling her up a bit because, like I said, it was just the very tips of her fingers touching the ground. So like every time she landed, she was halfway, like, you know what I mean, kind of up. Like maybe she landed a few when that one fingertip was down, but it's like you wasn't grounded.
Even then, actually, if I remember right, they were talking about this on commentary. It's actually in Nevada, you need to have weight on that hand, like for it to be grounded. Like just having like your tips on the ground is not grounded. You have to actually like.
But I love that.
You know, supporting
your.
But I mean, I know it sucks that like per state, but at least with that one, because it's like, that would suck if that would have costed Alexa either a point or the fight in general, because it's bro, you were fine. You were not grounded. You was not on the ground. You had one little fingertip there, and you were just trying to save yourself from getting kneed. It's like, nah, fight back, bro.
No, yeah. I think the reason for the like distinction between instead of two hands it being one hand, but you need to have weight, is like when you're in those awkward positions where, let's say someone has like that underhook, but like your one leg is up and you have one leg on the ground. It's like you can't really defend yourself in that position in that way. Like, I think that's the like, there's obviously some type of reasoning for it, but like those weren't illegal. Like, there was nothing controversial about it. I saw him, and like halftime, her hand was up anyway because she was also looking back, so her hand was coming up, and like it just like those were clean knees.
Yeah, but yes, I mean, such a close round though. Like, it could have gone either way, and then fifth round that was Grasso taking it at the end of it.
Everyone
bro, I thought she was gonna finish her.
Man.
Because was it the fifth round with the ground and pound where Valentina was just covering up? She just wasn't fighting back, and then Alexa, instead of continuing with the ground and pound, was like, I'm gonna try for the sub, and then she started going for the neck.
Yeah, and then like last second went for like the heel hook at the end too.
Yep.
But so that was such a great fight. It just sucks that get a fucking split draw, the wackiest of draws. I kind of like it though, at least from that. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny.
Yeah,
it is funny.
So I woke up today. I was just like, doing some other shit, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back and rewatch that fourth round. I rewatched that fourth round 3 times without the commentary, and each time I came out with a different idea of who won. It was like, because the first time watching it live, I'm like, that's close. I'm probably gonna lean Valentina, and then like I watched it again. I'm like, now I'm leaning Grasso, and it just kept flipping back, and it's just like that is just such a
swing round. It was just close as hell.
So it's just like the only controversy really coming out of the fight is really the 10-8 fifth round that Mike Bell did give. That was just the weird one.
That was crazy.
Seeing that as a 10.
I will say, actually, now that I just popped in my head, maybe it's because she did get close to finishing her. We talk about it all the time, how like they don't use like the actual scorecards as much as they could. They'll give 10-9s to everything. Numbers. And it's like, while Valentina did have stuff for that round, it's not like she got like entirely dominated the entire round. As I just mentioned, Alexa, like, if she would have kept punching her, she would have finished that fight. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe that's the only thing that I could give for that to be a 10 round is because she was just so close to finishing her.
I can see it.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying that like I agree with it. It's still wacky and weird, but like maybe that's why.
I just feel like it's like, if that's a 10-8 round,
round 3 should also have been a 10-8.
Yeah, for Valentina.
Like, it just
like all that control time, the submission attempt, like with the mounting guillotine, like she was real close to getting that.
And she was trying to get into her, like it was just like pure domination in that round 2 from Valentina. It's just like one of those things where it's just like like,
I mean,
how's
it also
one thing the other? You know what I mean?
because I mean,
It's
and
hard.
again, like
Not.
I'm
great job
really
being a
not
judge.
trying to like defend it as much as I'm just trying to make sense of it, you
No,
know?
for sure.
No, I
Because
know,
maybe
but
like because you
it's
know
like-
how judges are different, people are different, and how some people look
Mhm.
at the submissions like, oh, they got out
No,
of
yeah.
that, you know, so they're fine. But with getting you know what I mean? I don't know.
You think Mike Bell was wanted Grasso to win, but he was scoring it fairly through 1 and 4, and he's like, "Fuck." It's like I can't give a losing scorecard for Grasso. So then he's like 10-8 in round 5. It's a draw.
Yeah, no, it is weird because a lot of people on Twitter are obviously like dragging Mike Bell, and like that's kind of the thing is a couple of like the reports were like, hey guys, actually like Mike Bell is like 99.9% of the time one of the best judges that is in like judging.
Yeah, I
MMA.
don't
Like,
recall him
this
being
is
one of the names
just-
that it's usually like him.
Yeah,
putting in a
it's
bad
not. It's
scorecard.
usually like Sal D'Amato, fucking,
Yeah.
you know, these guys. But like Mike Bell's not a name that you usually hear in terms of a controversy, and that's kind of the thing. Like, and he was the split on both this and the co-main, but
Yeah.
it was just like it's just interesting, like how I it sucks because like judges can actually be penalized for going to the media without the commission's approval, and I think that's dumb.
Yeah, the
And-
commission doesn't want them to like explain themselves because then if they sound dumb, then that looks bad on the commission, and they don't want that.
No, I know, but it's like
Just
the
sweep it
commission
under the
already
rug
looks
and-
dumb.
You know,
That's the
yeah.
problem. Like
But
the commission already looks dumb half the time.
It's just if he goes to the media and says something stupid, then it's like, I don't know, that's something that's going to be spread around for more than it's like, okay, it's a bad scorecard Monday morning. Okay, it's next fight week. Here we go. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, I
it's,
get that. I
That's
just-
very true. All the scorecards we've talked about, and like even with like someone like Sal. When was the last time we talked about his last bad call? I couldn't remember his last bad call, but I know we talked about it when it happened. Like,
yeah, there's just so much going on that it's just one of those things the commission can easily just sweep under the rug and then
And they
wait
do it
for a day to
constantly.
go by, and there's just a new thing to talk about. But yeah, with that though, with that split draw, the wacky ending, do either of you think they should go to the trilogy?
I wouldn't be mad at it. I just don't. I wouldn't be mad if they didn't go to it right away, though. But
Same,
even if they did, it's like, how can you really be mad when we saw Figgy fight just Brandon Moreno for like how many years? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Like
it's
2
like,
years
yeah,
straight, year
Alex-
and a half.
Alexa won, and Valentina being who she is and having like all the title defenses obviously deserved that immediate rematch, which now went to
Yeah.
a draw.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you not give that to Valentina if she wants it?
And and with it like
And that's-
being the wacky 10-8 round, which like if it was a 10-9, that would be a winning scorecard for Valentina. She would have won that by a split
1-2,
decision. You know,
yep.
like it. Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind it. It's just like, then what do we do with the rest of the? Because is it gonna? Because in my opinion, if you're gonna do that fight, if you're gonna do the trilogy right away, then you have to do Manon versus Aaron.
yeah, that
That's the only logical next step for those two women to fight each other.
Yeah.
exactly. Like either one of them would have to
Because they're
cement
literally
themselves
like-
as the number one contender in that time. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Exactly, because we have both of them waiting in the wings right now, and honestly, you could, even if you don't go to the trilogy immediately, then you can have one of them fight for the title, one of them fight Shevchenko, and then the winners of those fight each other, and you basically got a little mini bracket.
Yeah,
Which honestly, they'll probably do that because it's like, if Alexa ends up losing the belt, then what's the point of the trilogy? And then do they give Valentina that immediate title rematch again? You know what I mean? Because now she
Yeah.
just lost twice to, like, I know it's a draw, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? She didn't get the belt twice to Alexa.
Yeah.
Now, without fighting Alexa or anybody else, she's just going to go fight somebody. You know what I mean? So, like,
yeah.
they honestly
No,
might
yeah.
just do the trilogy right away.
They might. Like,
I hope not,
and-
because to like you were saying, I feel like the best way to go about it is like you said, kind of a little mini tournament bracket where it ends up you do Manon Fiorot fight Alexa Grasso for the belt. She like just on her win streak and everything, like she deserves that. And then you do Valentina versus Erin Blanchfield, because then even if like Manon beats Alexa and if Valentina beats Erin, then it's like even though it's not like, they're going back to like the trilogy, whatever, it's like it still makes sense for Valentina to deserve that,
right? Because she has a win, and
so and she has a win over an up and coming contender, someone who's like part of the next generation of 125ers.
If she loses, though, you think she just retires?
Probably.
I think so.
Maybe not. She's just super competitive and stuff, especially if it's like a close fight or something. But I don't know. I would definitely like to see that if that's how it ends up playing out.
I guess it just depends on how she loses as well.
Up to the top one.
She's never done that.
This is...
But I think it would all depend on, like, because if she were to lose like another split decision, it's like, well, that's still a split decision. She's still won on someone's card. You know what I mean? It's not like a Tony Ferguson style of fall, or like, how like Aldo kind of was at the end of his featherweight tether and then moved to bantamweight. You know what I mean? Where he was kind of like back and forth, like he would win one, lose one, win one, lose one, but the wins were all against veterans, the losses were against the people coming up. You know what I mean? Like,
so we'll see how they go about it. Hopefully, they don't just go to the instant trilogy and we could just get some new movement in the top of the division.
Yeah.
We're going from one split decision to another. Co-main event. Mr. Bob Dabalena edges it out on the judges' scorecards over Kevin Holland. So I know you were kind of saying a little bit how you felt about the decision before we started. For me, it could just be my bias of just loving Jack, but I thought that was clearly his fight. And I kind of thought he edged it every round. Like, if I was scoring that, I would have given that 30-27 Jack. And I was very surprised to see that it was as close and split in everyone's eyes as it was.
Yeah, it was really crazy seeing like all the tweets pop up and everybody how they're scoring it, talking about 2018 Kevin, 2018 Jack, 1919, like just as split as it could possibly be amongst opinions.
Like, after the first 2 rounds, I'm just like, I think Jack's up 2 rounds, like, I'm feeling pretty good. And then, start of the third, they start showing all those tweets. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, okay, this is not how I thought it was. Like, it's not going to be scored how I thought.
No, yeah. And I know you're saying, like, how I was already saying, like, and it's like, it's just like, I think I finally figured out what I was trying to say. It just, the fight felt like, it was a good fight, but the fight felt slow. Like, it felt like what you were saying. It kind of just clicked. Like, Jack was just controlling the fight. He was the one moving forward. He was the one, like, cutting off the kick. He was the one controlling the pace of the fight. And it just wasn't as fast as I think I was expecting because of Kevin Holland and how he fights. You know what I mean?
And I
think that's where I'm...
The total strikes thrown at the end of 15 minutes, Kevin Holland threw 356 and Jack Del Maddalena threw 190. So it's like, they were throwing, like, basically the entire time.
That's kind of the thing is, like, with Kevin, though, is he was throwing a lot of, like, double jabs straight onto his guard to try and, like, get him to, like, move so he can get in there. So that's why he has a lot of strikes.
Exactly. And that's why for me, I'm watching and it's like just seeing like 90% of like Holland's combos, what it felt like, were just all off of like just landing off of his high guard. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't getting through at all. And I mean, to be fair, like Holland was, able to get his hands up and lean out of the way of like a lot of Jack's punches too. But I just still feel like all of the body shots, the leg kicks, like Jack was just, I mean, and looking at the stats like afterwards, round 2 and 3, Kevin outlanded him in like total insignificant strikes, but it just felt like Jack was just landing like a bit more and like, a bit more cleanly and just landing like the harder shots. And
that's what I think it is like when it came to it, I think that Kevin was reacting more to the shots than Jack was. You know what I mean? Like, in every round, like you could tell when he got hit with the big shot as to where like you'd see Kevin would throw a big shot, but Jack was just right there too. You know what I mean? Right back with it. But like Kevin, he'd back up, he'd move away. The one time he straight up just walked, you know what I'm saying? Like
and just how, like the hooks to the body and going up top, how it just always turned and like Kevin just It was a close fight on the judges' scorecard, but that for someone a lot taller, longer, way more UFC experience than Jack, that was a very solid performance for him.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. It's just like it's kind of the way I knew, like how I thought Jack was definitely going to fight. I just thought Kevin would also like change it up a little bit,
No, that's
and be
fair.
able to stay like use his length because like
Shot for the
I don't
two
know.
takedowns around two, both got stuffed.
He did, yeah. But Holland's also not a wrestler.
Yeah.
That's the other part of it. He went to wrestle. He started picking up wrestling late.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu guy. Kung Fu guy, you know?
Kung Fu fighter.
But yeah, Kevin coming in at ranked number 13 at welterweight, Jack ranked number 14. You obviously there's not going to be a big movement, but you think Jack probably gets up to number 12 above Neil Magny, right behind Ian?
Probably.
Yeah.
And then, so with that, I mean, I know Ian's trying for that Wonder Boy fight. He's trying real hard. Wonder Boy is like, I could get a fight with Kamaru Usman number 1 instead of 11, so I'm looking for that. I'm just like, where does Jack fit in? Who does, like, because obviously he deserves to fight up, but it's just like, do you think they try to rebook him and Sean Brady?
See, that was the thing. I had 3 names in mind, but I do want to get one thing off someone. It wasn't even like some random off Twitter. No, it was like either Bloody Elbow or MMA Orbit or something like that was actually like more legit. Was like, so Jack versus Gilbert Burns next. It's like, I'm sorry, what? Where the fuck did that one come from? Why? Because I had 3 names in mind that I think he should fight before that. That's either Vicente Luque, Sean Brady, Jeff Neal. Any one of those 3 fights, I would prefer over that. Just because why are we jumping all of them when all of them can all honestly give a real good test to Jack Della Maddalena as well? Especially like Jeff Neal with his boxing style. They both are boxers. Like that's a really good test for him.
Yeah, that Jeff Neal versus Jack Della, that would definitely be a very good fight for sure. All right, and with that, who does Kevin Holland fight?
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Go through all. Okay.
So, I mean, yeah,
he wants to fight Neil Magny.
I don't like that fight.
Kevin, I mean, Ginger, did you see what Kevin said?
Oh yeah, he wants. I don't remember what
he said. Loser cuts their hair.
Yeah, loser cuts their hair.
I don't like that fight. Why does Kevin Holland want to have a boring fight? Doesn't make sense to me.
To be fair, like that's kind of thing. Who does he call out? Like, I'm trying to think of someone outside the welterweight rankings at the moment that would be a really good fight for him.
Give him a legend in RDA.
Him versus RDA. Jesus Christ.
That'd be a fun fight.
It'd be interesting.
What about him versus Randy Brown?
Isn't Randy Brown fighting someone?
I don't know.
I swear I saw he was going to be fighting someone, but I forget who.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of names.
No, I know. It's just like one of those things. Like, I mean, Gabriel Bonfim.
Doesn't Bonfim have a fight lined up?
Yeah, Nicholas Dalby,
Yeah.
November 4th.
Kevin can't wait for someone to fight in November. He's probably going to be fighting before Bonfim fights.
Look, he probably wants to fight in December. Like, Bonfim's going to get, if Bonfim gets another round 1 sub, he could easily fight in December.
He won't. I mean, I would love that. It would be kind of scary, though, just him fighting 2 of my boys back to back. I feel like.
No, right.
For both of my boys to get it done over him, that's
yeah, because I'd have to vote against him this time.
Yeah. Maybe curse Bonfim.
What?
Well, you cursed Holland this time. But, I mean, either way, it's motherfucking Kevin Holland. As long as you don't give him someone that's going to try and hold him down, he's going to be in a fun fight, so. Or at least someone that he's a lot better than on the feet than of someone that's trying to hold him down.
Chaos Williams?
I wouldn't be mad at that.
That's a fun one.
That would be a lot of fun. Hell yeah. Let's go. Either way, good shit on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
No, yeah.
motherfucking good shit on Raul Rosas Jr.
Yeah.
Because I got a little bit nervous heading into this one. I'm just like, I don't really know if it's like, you know, the odds on this fight, like they're making it seem like he's got this in the bag, no problem. I'm just like, I'm not too sure about that. And 54 seconds later, under a minute, Terrence Mitchell is out of there, and Raul Rosas Jr. gets the TKO win.
Yeah. That left hand.
I was gonna say that left hand.
God fucking damn.
Just laid Terrence out.
Stiffened him up.
Yep. Roll right on top of it. Just finished it with the ground and pound. The ref is like, nah, it's done.
Yeah.
As it should have been.
Got to mount just and it's like the fact that Terrence, you know, just lost a few like 2 months ago to Cameron, just like, you know, we were talking about in the preview. I was like, all right, that's giving me a bit more confidence that Raul can like take him down, beat him up, you know, and get like the ground and pound win. But yeah, didn't even need to shoot a takedown at all. Just best takedown is a left hand, you know what I mean?
That's what Bisping always says.
Hell yeah. But that was beautiful. 18 strikes to 6 overall.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I did not see that coming because he stepped off at an angle real good and just like, boom, came in with like a left hook and it just, bro. I thought he was out.
Yeah, I
like
thought
just
that was gonna be one punch and done.
The way he went down, I was like, oh, refs jump again.
I think Raul just jumped in quicker.
Like, I gotta secure this shit. But,
yep.
But yeah, that was really good performance. Do you guys think that it's more of like, all right, after him just being so young, taking a rough loss, just, you know, able to, you know, learn from it, you know, just able to like a good level up performance? Or was it just kind of set up of like, this guy just got TKO'd 2 months ago? Clearly, he's shown that he can be taken down, and is like, was it like just a setup performance, or was it a level up performance for Raul?
I kind of feel like it was a setup performance.
I think it's a little column A, column B, just because like at the age he's at 18, you can learn so much because you're so like malleable, and like this was definitely more of a layup type of opponent than like C-Rod was. Like that. Yeah. C-Rod was always going to be a hard fight for him. That just is what it is. But like, this was definitely, they were trying to give him more someone that he can look good against. And damn, did he look good? But like, that's kind of thing. With how young he is, you can just grow so exponentially to a certain point.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of where I think he is, and especially considering like he probably started jiu-jitsu and like grappling first, and then got into striking. I could be wrong on that. I don't remember the exact details of his whole backstory, but
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not either way. That's like to Jimmy's point though, that I think they gave him to just set that shit up, because dude's gonna be 34 years old in a couple months. Just got knocked out 2 months ago by Cameron. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that was his UFC debut.
And it's like, man, just like, you know, you brought it up before the podcast of on Tapology's rankings, they got this dude, what was it, 3 places behind?
Yeah, so Rosas Jr.
is like ranked 67, and then
we ranked 69, and then at 65 is Brad Katona, 63 is Rinya Nakamura, right above him is Brian Kelleher.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
he's
not that great, but like the amount of like UFC experience that he has, like,
and it's just like just the thought of even there just being so close to like fucking Rinya Bro, like,
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, like
not even a little bit.
And that's where I'm like, that's where something like this, it kind of sucks. It's like where it would, like, you know, kind of saying where it was, you know, probably a setup fight going into it. It probably just would have been better for him to have like a little bit more time, just like get a little bit more experience actually in that fight than just kind of running out there throwing big shots, like, because that was the thing. It's like he was just going out there and like he was getting touched a little bit too, and I'm just like, It's just, I don't know. Like,
yeah, he kind of came out the same way he did with C-Rod, explosive.
Yeah, but just on the feet.
No, yeah.
Someone without, like, who was not expecting, like, to get chin light, because, again, like I was saying earlier as well, he's 7-8 spots ahead of Marcus McGee, who's had 2 great UFC performances so far as well.
Yeah.
One of them, a short notice debuts submission, like.
Yeah, it gets me so worried. Like, it sucks every time. Every single time.
No, yeah, I specifically hate hearing the Rinya, but you know what? Rinya looks like a nice guy. Maybe he'll just wrestle fuck him.
No.
He already showed that skill set. Now he's looking.
But now he's going to do that out of respect. You know, he's going to be like this child. Rinya is young. He's 25, and Raul is still 7 years younger than him.
I know.
So,
that's my point. Why would Rinya show respect?
Because he doesn't want to beat up a kid.
It's not a kid. He's 18 and in the UFC.
Yeah, but exactly. I mean, I'm 25 and I'm you know what I mean? Like, you can
I
still
know,
look
like,
at people like, nah, you're a fucking child, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I know what you're saying, but like in my head, if I'm Rinya at that point, though, I'm like, okay, this dude's main bread and butter is grappling. So is mine, but I could probably knock him out on the feet. I'm gonna stay standing and knock him out on the feet. Like, that's just the smart play to do.
Scary. Raul has a very scary future ahead of him. And he's even saying that with that loss, like, shit hasn't changed, you know? He still wants to be the youngest champ, and
triple champ.
Let's just hope that, you know, like you were saying earlier, being so young, he can just level up very quickly, because he is gonna motherfucking need it.
It just depends on how active he wants to be, because, like, that also could hinder him.
I don't think he should be that active. I feel like he should, like, take a solid 6 months in between each fight or something to just level up his skills, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to just get...
And it's like, if he keep getting these performance bonuses, it's like, sit out, you got the bread.
Exactly.
He's 18, like, that's the thing, like, even that, like...
Nah, but he'd be helping his mom, so, like, you know what I mean?
No, I know, but...
So it's like, now you got the bread, like... You got your mom the car, pay the insurance for the rest of the year, you know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing and sit out, like...
But yeah, great performance from Raul Rosas Jr., one of the Mexican representing fighters on this card, going into another motherfucking golden boy, Daniel Zellhuber.
Just another young, tall, long 155er.
Yep, 24 years old.
6'1" with a 77-inch reach.
Just stupid. Absolutely stupid. Just doesn't make any sense. In 3 years, he's got to be a welterweight for sure.
Yeah, right.
But
like half these guys.
He was taking on Christos Giagos, just a vet of the UFC, and I thought that he was gonna run through him pretty quickly on the feet. He was looking good, but ends up with a second round anaconda choke. That shit was... He just latched that shit up, and right away, Christos was like, yeah, nah, this...
Christos was low-key, like, touching him up, though. Especially that first round, like...
No, yeah, first round, 26-12 in significant strikes in favor of Christos.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely...
Beautiful performance.
Took a little bit of time to get into it, but yeah, just solid work. Just a great win over a tough vet, for sure. Gets his, I believe that was also his first UFC finish as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2-1 now. Lost debut to Trey Ogden, beat Lando Venata, and yeah, now Christos Giagos with anaconda choke. Do you guys think that, obviously, he's young as shit, hard to tell, but do you think he's going to be like someone to watch out for at 155?
24 years old.
Future prospect?
Potentially.
Possibly.
It just kind of depends.
I think... Honestly, I think the biggest factor is the fact that 155 is such a clogged fuck division. You know, maybe like around like when because he is 24, so maybe when he does hit like 27, 28, that'll be a really good time for him because he's going to be coming into his prime, and a lot of that division is going to clear the fuck up with retirements.
Oh yeah.
So at that point, we're going to see a lot of new names, and I do think he could be in there, but it just is a little hard to tell because the movement isn't there for people to really be getting into it so quickly.
That's very fair point.
155 is just such a killer's fucking row of people. Like, the people who right now are still unranked, like Thiago Moises, Benoit Saint Denis, like you have these people outside the rankings that he could potentially like not fight in his next fight, but could potentially be fighting soon.
Nah, yeah,
it's like
Bonfim, Joel Alvarez, like fucking just there's a whole lot of animals in there.
Exactly. So it's just like it could be. It just all depends, like on who's still there and who he has to go through to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, just he's got a whole bunch of finishes, a lot of KO TKOs. He got a fucking calf slicer in there, so he's got a diverse skill set. Young as shit, being that tall and lengthy. If he can just keep on learning how to use that right at that division, I feel like he could definitely do some good shit there. But hell yeah. Moving on to the opening bout on the main card. Kyle Nelson gets the upset win over Fernando Padilla.
Yep.
I mean, this one I was probably watching a little bit less than some of the other ones, but I was pretty surprised that it was a unanimous decision for Kyle Nelson. Honestly.
Yeah, wasn't there even like 30-27s in there?
I believe he did get 30-27 and then 2 29-28.
Yeah, like shit's just kind of, I don't know, because it was a close fight, but I guess he was doing a little bit more looking at the numbers, but watching the fight, it just looked like Padilla was kind of just fucking him up.
His nose was all busted up. He was leaking all over the place. Like
it felt. I feel as if I also just feel like he's gotten like 3 bad decisions in a row somehow. Because I know the Du Ho Choi one was not his fault. There was a point deduction when they're showing it.
I don't really remember that.
Builder, I don't remember, but for some reason I feel like it was also bad. Like, just these last 3 have been weird.
I gotcha. Yeah, I definitely don't really remember the Blake Builder one. So I can't say, but not yet. That, and I just feel like it was also kind of crazy. It's like, with everyone talking about, the main event, just like, Alexa Grasso getting that for like, being a Mexican fighter on the card. Clearly, that didn't mean shit in this fight.
Because with it being such a close fight, just all of them for Kyle.
I mean, now 3-4-1 in the UFC, so definitely keeping his job with that win. So I mean, good for him. But definitely a rough loss for Fernando Padilla. 26 years old though. 15-5 overall in his career. But
they're both 15-5. Just Kyle Nelson has that 1 draw now.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, I guess it was just meant to happen. That's why that it got scored that way for sure. But that was the main card. Only a 5-fight main card. Pretty decent overall. Pretty good fun. The prelims, we had a lot of fun on it.
Yeah, they were really good.
Some wacky shit, some fun shit, some sad shit. The first, we can just, I don't know. Is there anywhere that you guys want to start specifically? I feel like
where are you gonna start?
I mean, in my head, I just go top down.
That's what I thought you were doing.
Same, like, and I'm fine with that because it's not like, because honestly, like trying to like be like, oh, let's start here, and then having to go back and then back.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So
we could talk about just about all these.
Prelim main event.
Loopy.
Yeah, that. I thought she was going to easily win a decision in this fight. And apparently training with Alexa Grasso is a very good thing for her hands because goddamn she was just beating the shit out of Elise Reed on the feet. That went out there, was just fucking knocking her all over the place. Did she get the knockdown in that? Yeah.
Yep. I believe so.
I forget what round. Too many fights, I forget. Where did I got the stats right?
Yeah, she got 1 knockdown.
Okay, it was the first round. She got it.
5 takedowns.
5 submission attempts in the first round. Got the knockdown. She was just all over her. I was just like, God damn it!
Another person who could have just punched her way to a finish.
Like she could have gotten it so much, but she was like, nah, fuck that. And she even said afterwards that like that was the game plan: hurt her with her hands, get her down, and then sub her. So, I mean, it went pretty damn flawlessly for her, I would say.
Hell yeah, second UFC finish.
Yep. Absorbed a total of 3 significant strikes across that.
So,
Yeah, that Elise Reed just didn't have shit for her.
I don't think we said what it was, though, but it was a second round rear naked choke. 3 minutes, 38 seconds in.
Yep. Just absolutely beautiful. Herder got the big slam, and then, just right to the back, choked her out. Let's go. Get another chance at the top 15 pretty soon, you think? Maybe?
Probably.
3-fight win streak?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That finished
now? On a 3-fight win streak, it's finished. I mean, I know Gomez and Rodriguez.
This is like, last loss to
Angela Hill. I was about to
say. That was her last loss, was to Angela Hill. I know she's on a 3-fight win streak, but that loss was a year ago.
No, I know. I'm trying to look at the bottom of the rankings right now.
Yeah, who's Michelle Waterson Gomez fighting again? Fuck.
Marina Rodriguez.
Yes. Maybe the loser of that, honestly.
Possibly, yeah.
I feel like that would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely be like a real tough test, but just be a good name for like whoever she ends up fighting to get into the rankings.
Tabitha Ricci? No, she has not.
Nah, but Tabitha is moving up.
She's moving up to 125.
No, like just moving up like the division. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
okay,
it's just I feel like she should just fight up. But yeah, it was good shit for Loopy. Didn't expect the finish, but let's fucking go.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that I did expect the finish from though.
Oh.
Just the body work every single time. I absolutely love it. And
no
Roman
longer
Kapilov.
The Russian Chase Hooper.
Yep.
Chase Hooper is the American Roman Kopylov.
Let's fucking
go.
But yeah, second round fucking punch to the liver, gets the KO TKO with 16 seconds left. I had it going to him getting the second round finish for a minute there. I really didn't think that he was going to get it, but he was just like, nah, I got to get it done.
Yeah, I was about to say, and that was fucking nasty. Like, the way fucking Josh Fremd went down was bad. It was just over.
Oh, yeah, because didn't he throw the kick and then he saw the reaction and he just hunted that? Yeah. He's like, come here.
And then he
just right to the body, followed it up, just out, just done. He couldn't do it, just folded over.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh my god. Loved it.
His kickboxing is definitely going to be a problem in that 185 division for some of those people.
Yeah, because he had a rough start coming in, 2 fights losing, but now he's on a 4-fight winning streak.
All finishes,
I was about to say. I'm wondering if he's going to be getting a top 15 opponent soon, too.
I feel like you have to, because I think with that, he's tied now for the second longest active finish streak in the UFC currently. Only person above him, pretty sure, Sergey Spivak. Sergey Pavlovich. Yeah, 6 first round finishes, you know what I mean? So, 185, 4 finishes in a row. How do you not give him a top 15 guy, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's not a lot of people right outside that top 15 left for him to really be going against, in my opinion, so.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the only person I can think about right now would be, like, Fluffy Hernandez.
Yeah. I mean...
But at that point, why not give him Chris Curtis?
Well, that's what I was thinking, because it's like, Chris and Fluffy were supposed to fight. They both pulled out, so it's like, if timelines match up, that would be a great fight.
Yeah.
But from the fun to the wacky, and a little bit sad, this should have been a beautiful win for Edgar Chairez over Daniel Lacerda.
Yes.
It would have been real rough for Daniel because he was 0-4 coming in, all finished losses.
Yep.
Ends up wrapping up that fucking guillotine, and just motherfucking Chris Tagnoni just fucked up the day. You seen fucking Lacerda's arm was up, and to be fair, it's like the shit does drop limp. But
nothing else did.
Yeah, and it's like that's where, as the ref, gotta check them to make sure, like, okay, are they actually unconscious? Calls it. Edgar just lets go, and right away, Lacerda's looking around like, what?
Like, yeah, what happened? Why'd you let go? This is over.
Yeah.
Why did you call it? Why? It's not out even for a second. Like, it.
Completely fucked that up.
So, yeah, ends in a no contest, which is really sad. He definitely could have had that first round sub.
Yeah.
Would have been absolutely beautiful for him. But I mean, both of them want to run it back, so maybe they do.
I was about to say, I mean, at 125, why not just run this one? Like,
I'm just like,
no contest. It doesn't matter. Like that. Well, that's kind of the thing.
Does
like,
Lacerda even have
really
another fight on his
either
contract?
Way.
You know, I mean, I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
he's now 0-4-1 no contest in the UFC.
Yeah,
where it's like he would have been subbed if it just went a couple seconds longer.
And he has been finished in every one of his fights. He's only been in the UFC for 2 years. Like 2021 October was his first fight. He got finished by Jeff Molina, knee barred by Francisco Figueiredo, ground and pounded by Victor Altamirano, ground and pounded by CJ Vergara, and now a no contest because of a premature stoppage when he was locked up in a submission.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I get what you're saying.
I got you. He is only 27 years old, so
it's just the worst start to a UFC championship run that we'll ever see in the history of the UFC, all right?
All right.
You will get there. And it all starts with this no contest.
Oh my god.
Not yet, but...
we see him on the Contender Series in 3 years?
Maybe, you know what I mean?
Who knows,
Yeah, I feel like that's just really if they go to the rematch, it's whether or not they even keep UFC.
Yeah.
But from another, what would have been a great performance to an actual great performance. I didn't think Tracy Cortez was going to get it done. I definitely doubted her 100% in this one. So,
she remains undefeated in the UFC.
Yeah, I was completely wrong on that. I thought that Jasmine was just going to be able to kind of outpace, outwork her, out-tough her. And Tracy was just technically better, just on the feet everywhere the fight went. Like in the clinch, Yeah,
no, it really didn't matter. Tracy was just kind of fucking her up over the 3 rounds.
Yeah, the third round, Jasmine just mouth open, walking her down. They were talking shit to each other at one point. I really wish.
So I did see what that was about.
Yes.
And I saw the slowdown, but when it was before she had kicked her, so it wasn't about the kick. But Jasmine, I guess, had kind of grabbed at her braid a little bit. So she was like talking about you, and that's why they mentioned the braid, because she was like, "You're pulling my hair," like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess she's kind of calling her a bitch.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, like I saw the replay when they were talking about it, and yeah, no, it legit looks like she's controlling her head by holding onto the braids of her hair.
Okay, yeah, see, I didn't even notice the replay. Yeah, I seen it on Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's what happened. That's why they was talking to each other.
That's completely crazy. So then fuck it, let's go, Tracy.
Exactly.
And I mean, Tracy's cool. Like, she's got a rough story, so it's like her getting that. Like, you've seen all the emotion afterwards, out of the cage for 13 months, I think it was. Like,
that shit, and even now, just gives me the chills, because you could see it literally, just like looking for someone to cry into. DC was there, and she just right into him. Like, he's like, come on, just talk, and she just I was so happy for her to get that. Why was she out for so long?
Hand injury, I think.
Okay.
That was about to say, I think it was something along those lines. I can't remember exactly.
Pretty sure they said on the broadcast that she broke her hand.
I remember it being an injury. I just can't remember if it was hand or I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, but good shit for Tracy. And then last little mention that we can, Charlie Campbell, beautiful first round finish. That shit was nasty.
Yep.
Got a performance bonus for it. There were 5 performance bonuses tonight. Or last night, I should say. What was it? It was, Charlie got it, Roman Kopylov, Loopy, Daniel Zellhuber, and Raul Rosas Jr. All of them got 50K, so let's fucking go.
No fight of the night.
Yep. It's, and sometimes, when there's, not a good enough fight to them, then they do that, hand out the extra performance bonuses, so either way, let's fucking go. Pretty solid card overall for Noche UFC. It just sucks because it just should have been so much better. It was what they originally had scheduled and planned. Like, it just would have been such a better card.
The amount of fights that got canceled.
Yeah, only 11 fights overall. It just wasn't the longest, wasn't the most stacked.
Yeah, because there was a few rebooked, but we didn't have Yasmin Lucindo on there. Shavkat versus Kelvin, Chris Curtis, Anthony Hernandez.
Oh,
Loopy, Elisa Reed, Josephine, all their fights got all switched around. Like,
well, the two that suck the most are the Shavkat Kelvin Gastelum fight.
No, yeah, for sure, because those were going to be
the-
great fights, and then they were just straight up pulled out. Like,
And then the D-Rod Santiago fight. Those two fights for me getting off
Chris
card.
Curtis fluffy.
Oh shit, I skipped right over that.
It did, but like that was the thing. Like that one, like, and then like one got moved out. Okay, fine. Hernandez versus Roman is a cool fight.
Yeah,
and then
Fluffy
Hernandez
pulls out. Then we got Josh. So like we still got the fight.
It was more the two fights where neither fighter. I was more time like the two fights where neither fighter like was even rebooked.
Yeah, I gotcha.
At least Hernandez had been rebooked, like, and then he had to pull out, like, so it was just like, well, that sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go. Hopefully, they can consistently have some top like Mexican fighters that can headline fights, so we can get some more of these throughout the years. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But wrapping up the UFC, that'll take us into our Tapology picks, and I end Kate's 6-week win streak.
Yeah.
I had the one where we tied at first, but
I called it though. I had a feeling because I wanted Kevin to win. I knew that Jack was probably gonna, but I went with him anyway. I was like, if I just believe hard enough, he'll get that third Darce choke.
I mean, even if you did go Jack, only would have brought you up 50. Still would have ended up winning, but
no, if I could have if I would have picked Jack, and you know what I mean? Oh yeah, true, because I would have went knockout for sure.
Yeah. I mean, shit, even with that 75, it still would have been 25 ahead, so let's fucking go. Jim Bob takes the unanimous first place. It was just my night, you know what I mean? It just the inner spirits. They brought me the power to win.
I did them too early. It's your guys' fault.
No. But yeah, I got 7 picks overall right out of 11. It was rough with the no contest and the draw, so that kind of cancels out 2 of them. So it's kind of like 7 out of 9 that I got right.
Yeah. Because you can't predict a draw or no contest on Tapologies, so
1 decision and 3 perfect, so pretty damn solid. Got a 3rd overall in the group, only 5 points behind the 2 people ahead of me. So yeah. Ginger, you care to explain yourself? You think you think you could just sit here quietly, like?
Yes, and that's what I planned on doing. What do you mean? All right, well, if Mike Bell had not fucked me on that 10-8, I at least would have gotten the main event right.
It doesn't matter.
I had some bad picks. I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah, no.
Yeah, you sure did.
It just was terrible night for me, but
Yeah, I'm exactly 100 points behind Jim Bob with his 1 extra perfect and 1 extra pick. But yeah, I got 6 right, 1 decision, 2 perfects.
Yeah.
But Ginger didn't explain himself. He's down at the very bottom with 255 points. He got 4 right.
Again,
rough,
2 of those cancel out.
You're still under 50%. You're still under 50%.
Yeah, because at least for me with the 2, 6 out of 9.
Went 4 for 9, brother. I think 255 points. That's got to be a historical low for you. That's got to be the worst one. I somehow
don't think it is.
When we started the podcast and doing the Tapology group, probably it is. Overall, since I started, probably not.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm just talking about since like doing this and shit. Yeah, that a rough one. And then I didn't throw it in here, but I don't know if there was some stuff on the draft going on, and I feel like it would just be a good time to bring it up, just because with where we're at right now and how much time is left in the year, there ain't no way any of us are beating Kate. It's set in stone at this point.
Essentially, yeah.
12-6 record for Kate.
Jimmy could have potentially caught up yesterday.
Yeah, if Jack lost and
Alexa won.
Yeah, and Alexa won, then I would need next week for Gamrot to beat Fazeev, and then I would have tied it 11-11. But that.
I've only got 3 confirmed. Like I think 2 confirmed fights left at the moment. with Fazeev Walker.
Oh yeah, you have
to fight, and no, 3 with Adrian Yanez. But even then, that only would bring me up to 1100.
Yeah. So the fight for second place is still alive between me and Ginger.
Which you have.
Yeah, I'm at 1200 points. I have Hamzat fighting.
Yep.
Jessica Andrade fighting.
Which means Jimmy has Jessica Andrade fighting as well.
Currently sitting at a great 0-3 for me. So
also 0-3 for me.
So let's see.
Shavkat has a chance to still fight this year.
Saryukian can still fight. Isn't he rumored to fight Benny on the Abu Dhabi card? Isn't that what they were trying to do?
Potentially. There's a potential there.
So that could happen.
We could get Volk Ilya potentially this year.
We could.
Oh, and then Islam's fighting. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and Islam is fighting. We forgot about that one.
Yeah. I think it's because I want him to lose, so I just subconsciously skipped right over that.
But like Jimmy, at the moment, the only one right now who's fighting this year for you is Jessica and Gamrot, isn't it? For the rest of the year.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Kate can only push her lead further ahead of us with the rest of her fights. No way either of us are gonna catch up unless maybe some couple short notice bookings or some wacky shit happens. If Kate loses all the rest of her fights, but then I'm gonna lose fucking Andrade, so that's just gonna be worse for me.
Because he was beating Gamrot. So you can just book that.
No. You've been fucked out of all of those single ones. It's gonna happen again. But yeah, so good shit, Holmes. Good first place win in this draft this year.
Yeah, there's no way to catch up unless, like you said, unless all my Sean Brady could still fight. Jalen wants to fight, but they're gonna be hard fights.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's just
But some great performances, but next time we bring it up, it'll be with the number 2 placed person decided.
We'll have a more guaranteed. We'll just have the rankings. We'll just have this completely solidified, and then probably a week or 2 after that, we'll probably have our new draft already drafted.
Let's go. But with that, that's also gonna wrap up this episode of the podcast. Let's fucking go. 41 episodes down. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, as always, press the buttons. We like buttons around here, so you might as well press them. And then, links in the description. Check out me and Ginger. We be playing games on Twitch. Me and Kate be streaming for the fights. Let's go. Peace out, everyone.